launch from Ediths Gap. It's gonna definitely thunderstorm here as well. It's already raining in Shenandoah. There's a big cloud, ice cloud next to me. We have George in the back. He's not so high. We have a tremendous big clouds here. So I think eventually we're gonna have to go fly out and escape this OE in the mountains. We'll see. I'm gonna go back to the thermal here. Peak here in the back. The clouds here, so it should go up here. It started to dip already. There's a cloud right on top of me. I always go to the wind first. Good strategy. George is behind me. Yeah, we have Josh below. I'm struggling as well. It's working so good here. Josh has a better thermal than I have, so I'm going to join him. Hopefully the bubble is up already. Nice. Good Josh. Look, we also have George. George went over the back, and man, he was courageous. He was straight under that black cloud, and he's going to dive into the valley right now. So that cloud is eventually going to rain on us, so we're going to have to be careful.
This is a nice view on the cloud that's developing and eventually give us some rain. It's going really high, and yeah, it's a cumulocumulus almost. And that's the shade of that cloud. We try to outrun it, go all the way to the north, but eventually we just go to the east where the sun is closer.
Yeah, with Josh and a light thermal here, trying to get up. I think we're both doing a great job. We're the same altitude almost, trying to get up. I'm gonna stop talking.
So here you see some raindrops on my camera, and it was also on my glasses. It was really weird because we're not under the cloud, but the wind, I think, just blew fine rain to our direction. We got a little bit wet. Not dramatic, but it might rain harder, so you have to get away.
Josh Mazza flying next to me. With a really loaded sky here. We had some rain several times. Now we good. Hopefully we can go to this cloud and then continue our quest to go whatever.
So here I'm flying with Josh, originally from Australia. Really nice pilot and friend, and loves flying also like all of us. And I'm really happy to fly with him together here over Fort Valley.
Yeah, thunderstorms everywhere. But there's almost no wind. That's why they stay stationary. Here it's almost day. But yeah, I'm gonna go move on. I'm gonna get some more here under the clouds. We'll see. Off Woodstock, and I took the thermal where Josh landed. Josh had an issue. I don't know the technical details, but he landed. He was okay. He's at Route 11 down below here. And I'm here in the Shenandoah Valley, and you see the Woodstock launch over there, LZ down below. The stability above the Shenandoah is kind of stable, it's not getting worse. The one above Ediths Gap is still there, it's nothing to go back to. And I'm pushed, I'm probably going to follow 81. Maybe Edinburgh, land and take a ride back to my car. We will see. I'm not flying optimized here, but yeah, a little bit against the wind. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to go to Edinburgh here, see if I can go up at the Walmart here. We'll see. Nice picture here of the winery. I might send it to them. Really cool, really nice. Yeah, the wind is definitely east. I'm a little bit undecided what I'm gonna do. If the wind is really east up here, then the thunderstorms will come to me, but it's not really coming. Yeah, you know what? It's moving a little bit.
This is a I-81 interstate going from north to south, truck highway. Trying to get up, but yeah, it doesn't really work. And I have like a long glide to Maurertown.
There's a bunch of soldiers here trying to get up. They're showing me the core. Pretty cool. A little lake here.
So here you have a general overview of the flight we did with Josh. We launched from Ediths Gap across Fort Valley, went towards Woodstock, and then I went over Woodstock and then eventually landed in Maurertown. So it was a nice flight, 2 hours 45. Let's go a little bit more in detail here. So if I'm gonna zoom in, you can see the bend of the road where we take off, and you see also Kennedy Peak. Let me put up the elevation profile so you see also my altitude. There you go. So we launch here and hovering around trying to get up. And eventually we get up to over 3,000 feet, almost 4,000 feet. And I'm going to Kennedy Peak to go really high. And there's also a cloud, but as you can see I'm not going much higher, hover like the same 4,000 feet, and proceed to some more clouds direction to King's Crossing. Now keep in mind the best way to go is you have Ediths Gap over here, and then you have Kennedy Peak, and in between you have an area that's King's Crossing. There's a lot of fields where you can land also, and it works typically well, and also to hitchhike. So in King's Crossing I meet up with Josh and we go up. But what happened that day is in this area here, Short Mountain, Bowman Mountain, there's a big thunderstorm developing, and even we see George going straight under it and landing in the valley over here next to 81. So Josh and I, we tried to escape that, and you see that we are racing away from that big cloud. We got even some raindrops when we tried to get up in the sun next to the clouds. But eventually we leave the area from very high, 5,000 feet, and we proceed towards Woodstock. So the mountain to the right, going to Front Royal, is kind of the Massanutten Mountain they call it. And this where the Woodstock is, they actually call it Powell Mountain. So we're at Powell Mountain and we actually make it next to Woodstock over here. This is the Woodstock launch area over here. A little bit more to the right actually. Over here is the road going up. This is the Woodstock area. And here Josh decided to go land because he has a water issue. And I proceed, and you can see that I have not a lot of lift. I go down here. And this is actually just next to the landing area of Woodstock, so you land in that field over here, and next to Route 11 there's some thermal activity, and that's where I went up. So I made it up, and then the wind was really like going nowhere, and depending on the altitude you had a different wind. So I decided to go towards the Walmart area and so on, but then I decided to U-turn. I was pretty undecided. Flew along 81, and eventually I lost it in Maurertown, and I landed over here. Got a ride back for the lady back to Woodstock, where Josh and George were having a nice meal. So lesson learned: leave Ediths Gap high enough and fly to King's Crossing area, and next you just fly to Powell Mountain. You can take Wasney Peak or whatever, just continue over that, which you typically have convergence. You can go into the Woodstock Valley, which is the Shenandoah Valley, or you continue all the way to Signal.